Hi there, I'm Dr. Mary Travelbest. I'm in San Diego, and I'm going to be talking about Toronto, Canada, part 2 of 2. I recently returned from a 90-day journey around the world, and I'm excited to connect with travelers and future travelers like you. The listener story spotlight is about Kay. Kay is from Taiwan, and she's been a girlfriend for many years. We were both in Greece at the same time last summer, but we didn't know each other was there. Now, she didn't usually listen to my podcasts, but she did listen to my last 2, and now she's a subscriber. We're both empty nesters, and we live near each other. I appreciate her and how she's great at both giving and receiving support. We recently attended a book fair together and discovered that we share a liking for many of the same types of books. She's even offered to help me with a book fair next year for my books, and I hope she gets to travel more whenever she retires. Now for a quick fire FAQ. I keep getting asked this question: how many cities did you visit on your trip? Well, I tried to count them all. I know that there were 11 languages in all those places, and there were at least 37 cities, plus 8 stopover cities, such as airports and train stations. That was a lot. Okay, take a breath, and now let's talk about the 60-second confidence challenge. I want you to be confident about money. So what's the currency worth in another country? Do you know how to use a currency converter? It's an easy app to use on your phone, and it doesn't require Wi-Fi. So if you're in another country, ask about any fees that might be part of the currency conversion. So don't convert, because they will likely charge you for that conversion. So that's not something you should pay for. Have confidence with your money when you travel. And if you want more about building confidence, read my book A, because we dive deeper into money and travel budgets and how to build confidence using it. There is a link in the description. So we're going to talk about Toronto. It's another example from my books about Step 3 travel. It's advanced solo travel. Some other destinations in Part B book that are in Canada include Banff, Whistler, and Vancouver. So take a look at those. And now, Toronto, Part 2 of 2. Like I did, you may arrive at Pearson Airport, which was a lovely airport, ranked high among international airports. I had the opportunity to experience the Priority Pass Lounge, both upon arrival and departure. And if you have access, you'll likely enjoy it too, even though the lounge was under construction. The city itself, Toronto, has a diverse mix of people from all around the world, along with a variety of flavors that come with it. So keep your eyes peeled out and look for those, and your nose. You could be smelling those wonderful scents. Before I arrived, I booked a tour to Niagara Falls. It was just a bus tour, but a few facts about Niagara Falls. I went from the Canada side. Here are a few things that I didn't know. There's 1.8 million gallons per second that falls over the falls. And there's a horseshoe fall, which is 2,215 feet. It's 177 feet high. Wow. So a few tips on getting there. If you're thinking about going there, you have some choices. You could rent a car and you could just drive there, or you could take a train or a bus. And I looked at all the options and I selected what's called a FlixBus. And I took it there and back in one day. And it was a very reasonable cost. And one day was plenty for me. You can also get a Go Transit and a WeGo combo. That's about $32 round trip. But I think the FlixBus worked well for me. Now, let's talk about the city of Toronto. I took lots of public transportation, which I talked about in part 1. And I stayed in a hostel the first few nights. I took buses, I took subways, I took streetcars. So once I got to my hostel, here's what I did. I just got all set up and then I went out. Actually, I took a nap since I had been up since about 5 o'clock in the morning. And then I went down to the CN Tower. And there was almost no one in line late in the afternoon. So if you're thinking about going to this awesome tower, go then. There's a lot of artwork from the Indian nations that founded this land before the white settlers did. And so they're being honored for those while you wait in line there. Then there's a few facts about the CN Tower I can share with you. There are 1,776 steps to the top, and it takes 58 seconds to travel in the elevator to the observation deck. There are 114 floors in all, and it is wheelchair accessible travel. Now, most of the people that were in line for the CN Tower, they were in groups. I was in the minority, being a solo, but that was okay. My senior ticket cost in Canadian dollars $37, plus including a $3 tax. And there were additional fees for other parts of the tour. You could buy access to higher views and other exclusive experiences. I didn't go for those. But I thought getting around town was really, really easy. And you could always look up and see the CN Tower. Now, from that observation deck, I saw lots of buildings that I was able to identify, like the TD building, RBC, BMO, Nobu, Marsh & McLennan, the EY building. And I also saw the hotels like Sheraton, Hilton, and Intercontinental. I saw the Scotiabank Arena, the Pinnacle Sky Tower. That's still being built now. And it's going to be as high as the CN Tower, but not as high, but it's getting up there. So as you'd expect, I had some really good views of the harbor, like boats and ferries and the waterfront. So if you happen to get down to the CN Tower, you'll also probably see the Blue Jays baseball stadium, lots of office buildings, and the main train and bus station. So it's a real central hub downtown. I also found this nice little area. It was a historic train station. It wasn't operating, but it was close by and it was a nice place to just sit and relax. I also enjoyed walking along the harbor, which I mentioned in last episode, taking in other tourist attractions and even catching some live music. I did some dancing with my friend, just walking around there. Saw lots of other tourists, boats, and live music, which I really liked. So I hope you find Toronto to be accessible, to be safe, a little bit expensive compared to other cities in Canada, but it's worth it if you've got interest in one of the most cosmopolitan cities. And now for the smart move and slip up. So here I was in Toronto, and believe it or not, I lost my phone for the second time. The first time was at the CN Tower. The second time, I went for a swim at the local community pool. And then I was changing back into my street clothes. I left the phone in the changing room at the pool. And about 30 minutes after getting all settled and where I was, I realized I had left it there. So I went back and I got it. A little bit of panic, I would say, but it was almost at the end of my trip. So I wasn't as concerned as if I had been at the beginning of the journey, but I was concerned. I think I just left my defenses down. I slipped up twice within just a few days. So don't do what I did. Keep your focus on the things that are most important to you. For me, that was my phone and my passport. And now for the 60-second confidence challenge. Here's my challenge for you. Maintain good dental health while you're traveling, which means scheduling a checkup before you leave and discuss your upcoming trip with your dentist. Ask them for any advice they can offer you based on your current condition. And be sure to floss with every brushing. Your gums will be grateful, and you will build confidence with your smile along the way. And the resource roundup. So when I was in Canada, I learned about a company called Wise, formerly TransferWise. It's a global financial technology company that provides online money transfers in a multi-currency account for individuals and businesses, which offers fast, low-fee international money transfers. And users can send money to family, pay bills, and transfer funds to employees in other countries. It also provides a free account to hold money in over 40 currencies with no monthly fees. And users can obtain a linked multi-currency debit card to spend money worldwide. What's different about it? Well, people say that it's money without borders, with no intermediary fees, and it's transparent. You can get an instant quote to see the exact fees and the final amount the recipient will get. I haven't used it yet, but it sounds exciting, and I'm not even sure we've got something in the US like it. I'm going to look for that. And now, my takeaway mantra and goodbye. It's about keeping a smile on your face, even if you think it's hard to do. You will make the best of even a bad situation if you maintain a cheerful attitude. That's one thing you can control. So read more about the power of smiles in my guidebook series and keep smiling.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travelbest, that is.